Welcome back everyone, and today we are back at the gym after yesterday practice session where we managed to reach the goal of 116. But clearly I feel that strength, I need to get stronger because it starts getting hard to keep pushing speed, and so I need to make some gain in the gym. So this week this is all about that. We get back to serious stuff. So last week was reactivation week, so we just kind of did the 10 kg below my max just to reactivate my body. But today and this week is all about reaching my max that I already did before getting injured and so on. So on the banded squat, because today is banded squat and bench, and then we are going to do also a little bit of halterophilia, Olympic lift. Halterophilia is kind of the French word. Anyway, so mainly the main part of the session is the first part, the banded squat and the bench. Then the accessories that are coming after are more about, as I told you in the past, preparing myself to start working on power and speed. But so banded squats. This is the goal is 200. So I get back to it and see how that feels. But honestly, I don't have a lot of things to say for this session because, well, I feel great. It's just that I think I'm really on the right track because, see, when I got injured, I kind of stepped back and think about my training and how I was doing it, and I think I found the right solution because until now I was doing, as you see right here, I was building up to my max rep. Then after I've done my max rep, kind of do multiple times my max rep as much as I possibly can until I can't do anymore. But that was a mistake, and that eventually what led me to get injured. Because just the build up, here you see that's 140, I did a few reps. Just the build up to that top set is actually working out already. Even though me, in my head, I think of it as just the warm up, there is still a little bit of work going on and a lot of stimulus. And when I arrive at the top set, I have already give my body quite a lot of stimulus to adapt to get stronger for next week. And so that's something that I found with powerlifters that are the best at it. Generally, the way they structure their session is doing one top set, then they take a little bit off, like 20 kg for instance, on each side, so 40 kg total. And they kind of not 40 total, 20 kg total. Anyway, so the back, this is the back offset, this is how it's called, and then they do 3x3 and so on. So, but what I want to try first, and this is what I did last week, is just doing that top set. 1 reps, 1 set on that top set, and see if that's enough for me to adapt and get stronger for next week. Because I know that after all of these experiments that I'm doing with training and so on, that I have very low volume benchmark, let's say. For me, I don't need a lot of volume to adapt and get stronger. And I've been, throughout my whole life of training, always training way too much. And so that's what I want to see here. I think that was maybe already the top set, or is it? No, it was 190. Then we are going more to the top set at 200. And so that's why, because I have a kind of an history of overtraining, I want to see if I just do that one top set. And that's it. I'm not doing anything else. is it going to be enough for me to adapt and get stronger with after week? And that's a valid question, because as I told you, as I'm building up to that 1 rep max, I still do quite a lot of volume with the weights that are going. For instance, with the 180, I did, I believe, 2 reps, the 190, 1 reps, 160, 3 reps. So that's some volume that I'm accumulating. So yeah, that's a valid question that I need to figure out. And so that's why this week I'm just doing that. I'm warming up, building up to that 1 top set, give it my all, and see what happens. Okay, I could have probably gone a lot lower than that. That wasn't that great of a squat, but I guess that's what we are working on. Also, that belt is 30mm is kind of very weird for me, very difficult to be able to just go deep on the squat. And yes, it's just that I need to feel more comfortable. That's going to take a little bit of time. Maybe the belt also is going to soften a little. That's a 13mm belt, so that's probably not going to move that much. But we never know. We never know. Anyway, so first goal was 200 with a banded squat. We've done it. Now it's time to move to the bench. And same deal. I'm going to warm up to my 1 rep max, which is 120. I've passed it in the past, but and then I tried it again and failed. Also, I really focus here on the width of my grip, because I realized that actually I had a narrow grip, and even though I'm able to be strong and keep improving, that's something that might limit me down the road, especially to reach the 140 goals. So that's why here I really try, and I'm even going to do my top set with roughly the new width, but that takes a little bit of time to adapt. So basically what I try to do is get the outside of my hand on the ring. There is a little ring on the bar, so the outside of my hands just on that ring, and that's not that wide, but that's much wider than what I used to do. And when I see it actually with this point of view, I realize that actually that's not that wide. So, but that means that I just try to get more comfortable, build, and I actually try to I actually attempt my max reps with almost the new full width, but not yet exactly, but we are very close. So here 110, one pretty smooth. And also throughout the warm-up, I really try to focus on the technique, more like just really try to push into the ground with my feet. So wide grip and really drive with the feet in the ground when you're pushing. That's kind of the two things that I wanted to focus on, because I know when I arrive to 120, I will need everything that I got in order to perform the rep. And so we are going to go right about it right now. Because, I mean, honestly, here I've done kind of 115 first, because it's not like I can't, I mean, that I can't do 120. It's just that the jump between 110 and 120 is kind of too big. I mean, when I do squats, I can do some big jumps like that. But it seems that with the upper body, I need a little bit more activation. And so doing an intermediate set at 115 kind of activate a little bit more my muscle and allow me to perform better for that 120 reps, as you're going to see right now. And honestly, I was very surprised because it moved very smoothly. So very, very happy about that. Here I just wanted to see, because I think the upper body kind of need a little bit more volume than my lower body. So I figure, you know what, let's do a back off set just to see also how I feel. Is it good? Is it bad? I don't know. It's just I need to experiment a lot more with those back off sets, but that's going to come as we go with the rest of the year. Now, we move on to the power part. The serious part, which was about strength, is done. But as I told you, we need to prepare for the few mesocycles that are coming on later in the year. We need to start practicing the technique to build power and speed. And so this session, Wednesday session, is about Olympic lift. So for now, I'm just focusing on clean and jerk, but then later I will focusing on also, I believe that's snatch, something like that. And so I kind of alternate here between Olympic lift and muscle up, because muscle ups is also a very powerful motion, and what I wanted to do is just practice that motion, because there is quite a lot of power. It just, for instance, at the moment I'm just experimenting a few things, trying to figure out ways to build that technique and get more and more powerful. Because here's the deal, I told you in the past, but when it comes to rate of force development, because power is a lot about rate of force development, basically it just means how fast you're able to use force. This, until you reach a certain point, there is some benchmark of strength. It's better for you to spend time working on strength than it is working on power, because you're just too weak to be able to power yourself. So those benchmarks are mainly 1.5 times your body weight on the bench, 2 times your body weight on the squat, and 2.5 times your body weight on the deadlift. But that's kind of the minimum requirement. That's why at the moment I'm already at those requirements, but I want to push a little higher. That's why I'm aiming for, normally for me, 110 bench is the 1.5 times body weight, 150 squat is a 2 times body weight for me, and the 200 or 200, I believe 200 is pretty much 2.5 times, or maybe 190, something like that on the deadlift. But so I'm already there on those benchmarks. So now it's a little bit blur. It's not clear if I need to focus more on strength or more on power. That's why I want to reach those goals of 140 on the bench, 180 on the squat, and 220 on the deadlift. So I reach a point where this is sure that strength isn't the limiting factor anymore. I need to focus more on power and speed. So that's why we are not already there, but we'll get there very soon. And so that's why it's important to start working on the technique to be able to produce a lot of power and speed. So this is about what we are going to do. And then this is about the end of the session, and something that I want to start working at the end of every session, and I need to kind of build the habit, even though I don't really have a clear idea of what to do. This is work grip strength, because I realize that generally speaking, when I arrive to those speed, in terms of club head speed, somewhere close to 120 and above to 120, I start becoming very, very tense. The pressure on my grip starts skyrocketing. And that can cause kind of tennis elbow or golfer elbows on my left arm. And so I want to avoid that. And I believe this is because my wick is too weak. My grip is too weak. And I think I need to kind of work day after day and just start strengthening my grip, so I don't have to hold the club that hard. That's just the main thing. So I'm kind of testing a few different things to see how that works. I know that, but I think there is some way better exercise that I can be doing, just that I haven't really thought a lot about it. So Anyway, so thank you for watching. I'll let you enjoy the end, and I see you tomorrow for the practice run session where we're going to attempt again above 116 average for the session, so going for 117 on every single swing. So thanks for watching. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.